That's Bombas, boy.
Yo, yo, yo. It's time. Boxing night, baby. Let's do it. As soon as you come in, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button automatic, man. Let the people know we're in here. Let the people know that your boy Divine Sense is about to commentate live on this fight. You guys know what it is, man. Also, go ahead and vote in that poll while you have the chance. Let me know who you think is going to win this fight. Drop a little comment below and let me know why you think that person that you voted for is going to win the fight. So, like I said, man, automatic, man, automatic. Hit the like button, get the likes all the way up, live commentary. I'm going to be calling the fight punch by punch, round by round, and also scoring each and every round as we go. For those of you who are not able to watch the fight live and you're relying on my commentary, I appreciate you. Just to let you know, we are watching currently a heavyweight match, which is nearing the end. We are in round 9 of 10. And I believe it's a co-main event, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe after this fight, we have the main event between Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez Jr. And so, yeah, man, I'm expecting an interesting fight. We're gonna see what happens, man. I haven't left an official prediction video of this fight or anything like that. I'm gonna wait for some more people to filter in as we go to let you guys know who I think is gonna win the fight, who I expect to win the fight. But until then, we got this poll popping right here. Make sure y'all vote in that poll. 57% says Garcia is gonna win. 43% says Benavidez. So far the poll is very close. Jeremiah King in the building. What's good? Omega Red in the building. First and foremost, I appreciate you guys. I saw Garcia just jump right back up to 62%. So that's what it's at right now. We're coming to the last round of this co-main event, man. Round 9 of 10. Round 9 just ended. And then we go to the final round of this fight, man. Kawanaki, the Polish fighter, heavyweight, fighting a guy that I'm not too familiar with. Supposedly he's from Turkey, another heavyweight. I was watching the fight before I came on live, setting up everything. And so I was kind of loosely watching. It's a pretty interesting fight. Two big dudes, two very big dudes, a little bit slow. You know what I mean? Big boys. But surprisingly enough, it's been a technical fight. You know what I mean? It's been a technical fight. They're going to the last round, so they put a lot of work in there, a lot of effort. And so we'll see what this co-main event ends up like. And then, what I'm saying, we get into this main event. That's why we're all in here. Looking forward to it. As soon as you guys come in, man, you guys know what's up, man. Hit that like button right away. It should be automatic. We got to let the people know that we're in here commentating live, getting a boxer conversation going. So hit that like button. Don't forget, we got Chavo TV in the building. He says, watch upset alert. Okay, my man Chavo calling the upset. Okay. Mr. Know-It-All Rants in the building. What's good? Good to see you in here. Stacy Rubin in the building. What's good? Karma Boxing MMA in the building. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, Karma Boxing, man. Any way, man. Any way that you can get your boxing fix. Any way that you can stay updated to the fight. Rather you're on the road, you're at work, can't watch it live. I appreciate you guys choosing Divine Sense, man, for your commentary. I'm watching this last round of Kawanaki and Demreason. Not quite sure. This is the first time I'm seeing this guy. I know Kawanaki. I've seen him in some fights. But this is the last round. It's been a slugfest, man, for the most part. It was a bit technical in the beginning of the fight. But as it wound down, the big boys, they get heavy. And it just becomes the situation of kind of throwing caution to the wind. I think they know it's a close fight, so they're just exchanging punches here. The last minute 45 of this final round, 10th round. What's up, Don? I see you in here, man. What's up? Make sure y'all get that likes all the way up. All the way up, y'all. All the way up. Get the likes all the way up. Let the people know what's popping in here. Vote in the poll as well. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. Richard Stone, what's good? Thoughts on Rahman? You know what, man? I woke up this morning because, it's Sunday morning for me where I'm at on this part of the world, right? So I woke up, man, and something popped up on my news feed talking about Rahman Jr. and Jake Paul fight has been canceled 1 week before the damn fight. 1 week, bro. 1 week. 1 week before the fight. This shit's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't even know. I don't even know the intricate details. Only thing that I saw something about, oh, shit. Kawanaki going for the knockout here. Last 45 seconds of this final round co-main event. They just don't got no steam left on their punches. A lot of arm punches. They're exhausted, though. They're exhausted. Kawanaki barely standing up. He keeps punching. Oh, big right hand. Oh, Kanao, left side of his face is all busted up. Last 30 seconds. No. Yo, Richard Stone. My bad, man. I got sidetracked watching this fight right here. This shit about to be a knockout. I don't know. Oh, 15 seconds to go. Oh, last round. Someone going down. Last 10. Oh, that was a low blow. Oh, shit. They both exchanged. And that's the end of the fight. So that fight's going to the scorecard, man. Heavyweight match. So yeah, Richard. Yeah, man. So I read the news, man. I saw that it was canceled. Shit pissed me off so bad because, it's just a big joke, bro. I don't even know the details about it. All I know is there's some problem with the weight. They couldn't come to a final agreement about the weight. It was supposed to be at 200 and then went up to 205. Something about a rehydration clause, possibly. So I don't know if Rahman backed out because he didn't feel comfortable at whatever weight that Jake was trying to get him to come fight at. I don't know. Like, how could there be discrepancies in the contract 1 week before the fight? That shit should already been signed, sealed, and delivered. There should already been an agreement, right? They both signed it. So I don't understand why all of a sudden there's issues with the weight. Like whatever the weight is, that's what it is in the contract. You don't like amend the contract 1 week before the fight. So I don't know. I don't know if it's Jake Paul trying to pull a slick one, or if it's Rahman Jr. just not feeling comfortable to fight at whatever weight Jake's trying to get him in. Maybe he wasn't close to making weight. So if it was 205 or 200 and he's walking around at fucking 225 1 week before, he's probably not going to make weight. So I don't know, man. But at the end of the day, anything with Jake Paul's name attached to it, bro, I don't pay it too much attention, man. I just don't. I just don't. Mr. Know It All Round. Yeah, basically, bro. Yo, make sure y'all get the likes all the way up, man. We should be at 20 likes by now. We should be at 20 likes. Malcolm Willis in the building. What's good? PGH Big Dog in the building. Vote in the poll as well. Let me know who you think's going to win this main event, man. Let me know. Let me know in the poll who you think's going to win this fight. Let's get the votes all the way in. I'm going to close the poll as soon as the two men enter the ring. They touch gloves on the fight. So get it in. Let the people know, because people are going to continue to filter in as we go. And, you know, you may be able to sway someone's prediction if it's one way or the other. Anybody going for Benavidez? Who pulled the upset in here? Chavo, you got Benavidez. Why you got Benavidez, bro? Let me know. Let me know, man. Why you got Benavidez? Whoever got Benavidez, man, let me know in the chat why you think Benavidez is gonna. It's basically an upset. It's basically an upset. Do you think it's gonna be because of the weight? Do you think it's because you're saying Danny Garcia is going up in weight, he won't be able to handle it? Do you think it's the layoff? What do y'all think? Let me know, man. Let me know in the chat. As soon as you guys come in, man, hit that like button. You guys know the drill. Hit that like button. Get the likes all the way up, man. We live out here. All right, they're about to announce the co-main event to see who wins this fight. It went all 10. Kawanaki heavyweight. And this dude Ali from Turkey. Shit, they both think they won. 96, 94. 97, 93. Oh, wow. Ali won he got the nod. Ali got the nod, man. I think Kawanaki did well early, bro. I thought Kawanaki did real well early, but Ali Erin, man, he came on strong the last 4 or 5 rounds, and I think he got enough rounds in the bank to squeeze that out. So that fight's done and dusted, man. I got my scorecard filled out, ready to commentate, ready to score the main event coming up between Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez. Isaiah Felix, what's good, man? He says Danny by stoppage. Oh, shit. My man said stoppage. That's what's up. I don't know, man. I'm going to know. I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep my prediction to myself, man. I need more likes. I need more likes before I drop my prediction. I need the likes all the way up before I drop my prediction, man. I think a lot of people might have, a lot of people are saying that, Jose, I'm saying he's not as good as David. David's a lot better. And you get that with brothers sometimes. Even the Charlo brothers, a lot of people argue. Jamal, you know what I mean? The Canelo brothers, obviously Saul, a much bigger star than what his brother ever was. So it happens. And a lot of people have memories of Jose, losing to like Bud Crawford and shit like that. So let's see. Let's see if he's revamped and motivated to come back. He needs a win, man. Jose Benavidez needs a win. I think he's got more to lose, in my opinion. In my opinion, he's got more to lose. He's trying to, be put back in the conversation with some big fights. So he needs a guy like Danny Garcia on his resume to move him forward. If he takes another L, that's a major setback. For Danny, he's moving up in weight. He's been on a long layoff. So if he comes up short, it's just another like, I came up short, and unfortunately, Danny's got a few of those in his career. And I love Danny. You know what I mean? But let's keep it real, though. If he comes in and he loses a decision or something like that, it's like, it's going to come out. Oh, I moved up in weight. Maybe he was a bit too big for me. I had a long layoff. And people will be like, all right, well, no big deal, really, because you've came up short before in big fights. So I don't know, man. I just don't think that it's as detrimental to Danny as it is to Jose Benavidez. Soon as you guys get in, man, hit that like button. I need the likes. Hopefully we can get up to 40, 50 likes before the main event starts, so I can be motivated to give you guys my prediction, man, of this fight tonight. Yo, I'm back, man. I just had to refresh real quick. Thrill Hill in the building. What's up, Thrill Hill? Make sure y'all get the likes up. Get the likes up. Vote in the poll. You guys know how I do it here, man. A lot of you guys have been a part of these live streams before when I commentate live, man. You guys know the drill. Let the people know what they need to do when they step into the building. Let the people know. We got the poll up here. 50% so far says I got Garcia, but a very, very strong 41% says Benavidez. And then we got 9% saying, shit, man, this might be a draw. Shit, Benavidez, man. Benavidez, he's getting stronger votes in the poll, man, minute by minute. Yeah, we're all getting ready, man. We're all getting ready for the main event. So I hope you guys are all sitting, getting comfortable, ready for the main event. You know what I mean? When you come in, smash that like button. Oh, we got to get up to 50 likes quick time. That's the objective. Get up to that 50 likes quick time. Make it happen. It's on y'all, man. It's all on y'all. Make sure y'all get the likes all the way up to 50. It's not the biggest fight available, obviously. It's not like Canelo or some shit. But this is a decent fight, man. This is a decent fight to recognize and to be a part of. No doubt about it. Stacy Rubin, I got you, bro. I feel you. Felix El Gato Negro Guzman, what's up, bro? What's up, man? He says, saludos de Chapala, Jalisco, Mexico. What's up, man? I appreciate you stopping by, man. I appreciate you. hit that like button. Watch it with your cellmates. Hit the like button. We're about to commentate this fight live, man. I'll give you my scorecard, and I'll commentate punch by punch. Danny Garcia in the dressing room getting warmed up. I see Stacy in there dropping in. He wants to kick it off, man. He wants to kick it off with the super chats. Wants to be the first one in the building with that super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Salute to you as always, man. Tap the accountability partner, aka Stacy Rubin, man. What's good? Appreciate you. Main event's just right around the corner, guy. Danny's got his gloves on, hitting the mids with his dad. Let's see if he can wind up that trademark left hook. He was able to do it at 140. You know what I mean? But can he do it at 154? That's a big jump. Now I heard his pre-fight interviews and shit. He says he feels good at 154. He said cutting weight was a big issue for him, you know, fighting like Earl Spence and those guys. I guess. I mean, a lot of fighters say that. A lot of fighters say that, man. They do. A lot of fighters be like, oh, I don't have to cut weight, but it's just different animal, man. It's just a different animal because what you have to understand, those people that are fighting at 154, you know what I'm saying? They walk around at 175 sometimes. They walk around at 170, 175. So if you walk around at 160, yeah, you can make 154. You don't have to cut too much weight, but you're still fighting much bigger men. And the Benavidez brothers are not small men. They are big 154 pounders. You feel me? So, no easy task. Get the likes all the way up, man. Get the likes all the way up. As soon as you enter the building, get the likes up. That should be automatic. Step in, boom, like button. Jab the like button. Vote in the poll. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. If you're not watching the fight live and you're listening to my commentary, let me know in the chat. I always like to know who's relying on my commentary. You know, it motivates me. Yo, we got a tie in the poll, y'all. We got a tie. 46% says Garcia. 46% says Benavidez. We got a tie, y'all. If you guys are just joining and you're not watching the fight, we got some pre-fight stuff happening right now on my stream anyways, talking about Danny Garcia. Now they're talking about Jose. Likes all the way up, man. We trying to get to 50 likes before the main event starts. Garcia pops back up in the lead in the poll to 48. So we got 48 to 44% right now. So the objective right now is to try to get to 50 likes before the main event starts. I appreciate you, man. We're almost at 30 likes. We're going to get to that 50, though. Watch. We're going to get to that 50. Get it all the way up to 50 likes, y'all. If y'all just joining, we got the pre-fight stuff happening. The main event is next. I repeat, the main event is next. We're just getting through all the hype, the little pre-hype videos and stuff of Jose and Danny. We'll have the ring walk soon. So with that being said, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you vote in the poll. As soon as the two men enter the ring and they touch gloves, I'm going to end that poll. So we're going to see what people are saying and what they feel, and we'll see whose prediction stands up. You know, this is I love this poll shit. I love this poll. I remember when I did Canelo versus Bivol, and everybody going for Canelo in the poll. Everybody, it was like a vast majority of the people voting for Canelo. And we all remember what happened. So it's going to be interesting to see where y'all vote and what ends up happening. So make your voice known. What's up, George? George, I need 50 likes before I drop my prediction. I need 50 likes. I need 50 likes. We're at 27 right now. I need 50 likes. That's what I need. Y'all give me 50 likes before the main event. I'll let you know who I think's going to win this fight. So that means y'all got to share it. You got to like it. Put it on your social media. Post a link on your Twitter. Post a link on your Instagram. Yo, my boy Divine's about to commentate on this fight. If you can't watch it, tune into my boy Divine. So we can get these 50 likes right quick. If anybody's curious, I'm listening to the Showtime PBC live shit. So we got Brian Custer, we got Al Bernstein, Abner Mares is on there tonight. Jim Gray, of course, Steve Farhood is the unofficial scorer. Felix De Jesus is the interpreter. Raul Marquez is the SAP analyst, and Jimmy Lennon Jr. is the ring announcer. So, typical Showtime commentators tonight, if anybody's curious. Hoodie Myro, what's good, bro? He says Danny's going to outbox him. I believe it's going to be a UD. Okay. Make sure you vote in that poll, bro. Hopefully you've already voted in that poll. We're at 28 likes right now. I need 50. I need 50 before this main event kicks off, man. I need 50. Make it happen. Super welterweight bout, 12 rounds. Danny Garcia, Jose Benavidez Jr. about to kick off, man. We are moments away from the ring walks. You know what I'm saying? So get comfortable, put your feet up, and enjoy the live commentary. We at 29 likes. Can we get to 50 before the two men enter the ring? Let's see. In the meantime, keep voting in the poll. I'm going to end the poll as soon as the two men enter the ring and touch gloves. Jose Benavidez making his ring walk. Jose Benavidez making his ring walk, representing Phoenix, Arizona, which is where I'm from, by the way, if anyone's curious. It is my hometown, man. I'm from West Phoenix. Jose Benavidez comes in with the damn Hitman theme song. If y'all ever played the video game Hitman, yeah, that's what he's playing right now. He's got like a mask on. I'm not sure how to describe the material, but it's a shiny mask, making his ring entrance with the Hitman theme song in the background, walking in with his dad. So I'm giving the picture to y'all, man. I'm giving the picture to y'all because I know a lot of people are not watching live, so I'm being as descriptive as I possibly can. Benavidez has got looks like a white and a teal, either a teal or a turquoise robe. It's quite interesting. You don't see that color every day. So he's entering the ring. We're getting ready to see what's popping with Danny. Jose Benavidez has now entered the ring. Ring walk is complete. Referee double checks the gloves, double checks that the cup is in place. We're at 31 likes. Shit, man. Y'all better hurry up and get those damn likes up in there. Y'all better hurry up and get the likes up. If you guys want to know who I think is going to win this fight. David's in the ring with his brother. So we got the whole family in the corner right now. Got the whole family in the corner waiting for Danny Garcia to make his entrance. Damn, I just realized that Jose's got this big-ass tattoo on the side of his head. I can't tell what it is, but he's got a whole piece on the left side of his head. That shit's crazy. That shit got hurt like a motherfucker. I ain't never put no damn tattoo on my head. Fuck that. All right, they're introducing Danny Garcia now. So Danny Garcia is about to make his way into the ring. Let's see what kind of music he comes in with. Let's see what he presents. All right, here comes Danny, obviously, as we all know, from Philly, representing Philly. And of course, Puerto Rican American, as we all know. Danny's been on the scene for a minute, been in a lot of big fights. A lot of big fights. He's had some crazy knockouts. You know, one knockout that's always been in the back of my mind is when he knocked out Amir Khan. That shit was crazy. Before, a lot of people talk about how Canelo knocked him out. Y'all gotta go watch Danny knock out Amir Khan, man. Danny was the first one to knock out Amir Khan like that. Just put his ass to sleep. That shit was wild. He also beat the shit out of Zab Judah. That press conference was wild with Danny's dad and Zab. That press conference was wild. So he's been in some big fights, man. Earl Spence, Keith Thurman. The dude has fought everybody, man. You got to respect Danny. As far as Danny's robe, looks like he's got like a cream color. A little bit of black, a little bit of white. But I ain't gonna lie, that robe is nice, man. I like that cream color. G.I. the Prince of New York was rapping for Danny's ring entrance. Nah, I think it was a left hook. Stacy. I think it was a left hook, bro. He looped that shit around. Bam. That shit spun Amir Khan around, bro, like a top. That dude went flat on his face. Shit's crazy. All right, so Danny's in the ring. We got 33 likes. We creep close to the 50. We didn't quite get there, but we got close, man. We got close. I'm about to end this poll, man, here in about a minute or two. So if you haven't voted in the poll, make sure you get your last minute vote in, because right now we got 56% saying Garcia, 38% says Benavidez, 6% says draw. All right, we're looking at the numbers for those people that can't watch it. Tail of the tape. Danny Garcia, 34. Benavidez, 30. Danny Garcia is 5'8.5". Benavidez is 5'10.5". Danny weighed in at 152. Benavidez, 153. Danny's got a 68.5-inch reach. Benavidez has got a 71.5-inch reach. So obviously taller and more of a reach for Benavidez Jr. He definitely has a size advantage. No surprise there. Danny coming from 140. No 3 knockdown rule. Referee or doctor can stop the fight. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Fight is official after round 4. So here comes Jimmy Lennon Jr. to announce the fighters. And we about to kick this off. About to kick it off. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you do it. I'm about to end the poll here any moment. So let your voice be heard. Oh, this referee be cracking me up. He be having that crooked eye and shit. Live from Barclays Center, New York, baby. Let's do it. All right, I'm about to close the poll here. In about 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Ending the poll. Hailing from Phoenix, Arizona, 27-1-1 with 18 knockouts. Jose Benavidez Jr. 27-1-1. Merciless Merciless Jose Benavidez Jr. The suspense is killing you, man. Whoa, maybe if y'all got me to 50 likes, shit, man, you would have got it. You would have got it, bro. You would have got it, man. Danny Garcia from Philly, 36-3 with 21 knockouts. Don't forget too, man. Danny, he had power at 140. He hurt a lot of people, but as he went up in 147, that power didn't really carry much. It didn't carry over as much. And now he's at 154. So for the people that think Danny's going to knock out Jose, that's something to think about. That is something to think about. It's all good, Malcolm, man. Shit, the people in here did what they had to do. The people that came in here, y'all hit the like button. I got you. All right, man, I'm going to end this poll. End this poll right quick. Referee brings them into the center of the ring to give instructions. Don't forget as well that I may be behind you on the live because I'm on YouTube. I got to do 2 live. I'm streaming the fight, and then I'm also commentating live on YouTube. So a lot of bandwidth, a lot of latency. So I might be a little bit behind you. So do not spoil it in the chat. Rely on my commentary because there are a lot of people watching this fight. A lot of people who cannot watch the fight, and they are relying on my commentary. So do not spoil the chat. Last second prediction. I got Danny Garcia winning this fight in a very, very close decision. Don't be surprised if there's some controversy. That is my official prediction. Here we go. Round number 1. Danny Garcia clearly looking like the smaller fighter, but he's got that throwback style, high guard, left shoulder up nice and high, trying to utilize the jab. He looks a little bit quicker so far. He is a smaller fighter, so I expect some quickness out of Danny Swift Garcia. Benavidez so far, high guard. Looks like he's trying to time Danny, probing, not really throwing anything out there significant. Finally throws a big right hand, but Garcia saw it quickly and tied up Jose Benavidez. So that looks like that may be part of Danny's game plan is to tie up Jose if Jose tries to get off. So far, it's a battle of the jabs. Oh, nice right hand by Jose, but Danny comes right back, 2 shots to the body. You can see this massive reach advantage for Jose. It's very, very apparent. He's got like a 3-inch reach advantage. Nice step in body work by Danny once again. I like that by Danny. You get a big, taller guy, you got to get in on that body. Pretty entertaining first fight. Nobody's really has a huge advantage. Danny's went to the body well. But Jose's starting to let his hands go a little bit, put a little bit more power behind his shots. But Danny's really dedicated to body. Nice. Jab to the body, and then a right hand, and then another jab to the body by Danny Garcia. Very nice combination. Jose kind of shakes it off. He's like, bro, that wasn't shit. But nonetheless, scoring punches for Danny Garcia. I'm starting to see the boxing IQ a little bit, man, by Danny. The ability to jab the body, step in, body work, step out. He's rolling Jose's punches pretty well. Jose definitely is starting to load up early with that right hand. Danny's done a pretty good job of either blocking it or rolling it. Don't forget, man, Danny's a veteran. He's seen a lot of shit. Ooh! That was a nice little exchange, and I think Danny caught Jose a little bit. Jose sticking his tongue out at Danny like he ain't phased. But I think Danny got the best out of that little 2 or 3 punch exchange there. Middle of the ring. Nice body work by Danny Garcia again. Last 10 seconds of the first round. Jab to the head, jab to the body by Danny. Sweeping right hook by Danny, barely misses. Oh! Jab to the body, swooping right hand once again by Danny to end the first round. Very, very good boxing by Danny early. and I got Danny up 10 rounds to 9. First round, I give it to Danny Garcia. Feel free to go ahead and leave your scorecard in the chat for other people to see. But from what I see so far, people, I see experience early. I see somebody with a game plan. I see somebody that's been there, done that, looks comfortable, and he's ready to box. He's ready to implement his game plan. Jose, early that first round, loaded up with the right hand early. So that kind of shows me that either he doesn't respect Danny, not scared of him, or he hasn't prepared properly. He has not prepared properly. We're about to find out. Getting ready for round number 2. If you're just joining, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button. Let the people know you stepped in. Let the people know you stepped in. We got Don in that super sticker. I appreciate you, Don, man. Much appreciation. Much appreciation. All right, round number 2, guys. Let's see if Danny can keep up the boxing. I gave him round 1. If you're just joining, I have it 1 round to 0 for Danny Garcia. Don't forget, I may be behind you. If you are watching the fight live, my stream will probably be a little bit behind you. So keep that in mind as we go along. Do not spoil the fight in the chat. Thank you. All right. Jose really loading up with shots, and Danny's moving well, man. He's avoiding it. He's ducking underneath. He's sliding out. It may not be a fan favorite. Oh, Jose does get a left hook in there a little bit, follows up with the right hand, but that time Danny does slip that right hand. Looks like Jose continues the aggression, trying to walk down the smaller man. So Danny Garcia has to continue to be quick. A minute gone. Whenever Jose just stands there, Danny picks him apart, jabbing to the body, looping shots across. The only thing that I see so far that Jose needs to do is he's got to continue to punch, because when he doesn't let his hands go, Danny he gets those scoring punches in. So we got about 90 seconds to go in the second round, a much closer round. They both exchange a little bit. Neither fighter really hurt, still early, but both have landed a couple hard shots. But once again, Danny, jab to the body, jab to the head. I mean, he's really implementing that, and I really love to see that. Another jab to the body, swooping right hand, which was blocked, but he's still getting that jab to the body in. He's piercing this defense to the body of Jose Benavidez. Whoa, nice little exchange there. Danny Garcia gets a nice body shot. Jose Benavidez really, really looking for that right hand, I feel like. And he's like crunching down low. Oh, nice right hand by Jose. Jose got it in that time. Another right hand by Jose. Followed up with the left hook. Jose getting a little bit better of the power punches for sure. Danny's a bit more technical with the jabs to the body and the head, but Jose has definitely landed the power shots in this second round. It depends on you how you score it. Do you score technicality over power? Nice little body work by Danny. Steps in, 2 shots to the body, left hook, and rolls out. Ooh. Both exchange big punches at the end of that second round. It's starting to get a little bit heated. That was a much closer round, in my opinion. And I'm going to call that a swing round, but give it to Benavidez. I'm giving that round to Benavidez. I appreciated the power punches. He landed 2 or 3 really flush right hands. Garcia continued to box. So tough round to score, but I'm going to give it to Benavidez. I'm going to circle that round number 2, as a swing round. So anytime I say swing round, that typically means that it's a round that could have gone either way on my scorecard. So if it goes 12 and it's a close fight, we recognize those swing rounds. So getting ready for that third round, man. Just K in the building. What's good? What's up, Karma? I got it 1 round even. 1 round even, Karma. 1 round even. Going into round number 3 now. Second round got a little bit heated. Let's see if it carries that momentum. Danny Garcia does a double jab, step around left hook. Very nice little 3-punch combination by Danny Garcia. I appreciate combinations like that, especially when you add that left hook in there. Very nice. But like I said, man, it's a situation where the experience is apparent for sure for Danny Garcia. You can see the experience, but at the same time, he does look a little bit smaller in there. The exchanges are starting to heat up now, where I have to admit that even though that technically Jose is getting outboxed in a lot of spots, I don't feel like Jose is scared. I don't think he's intimidated by Danny, and he's taking his punches very well. If it gets later in the fight, that might mean something. Don't forget, too, ladies and gentlemen, that Danny Garcia has never been stopped. So if Jose can pull that off, that's a huge feather in Jose Benavidez' cap if he can be the first one to stop Danny Garcia. We're closing in on the last minute of the third round. Danny just continues to rip to the body, though. Just jab to the body, right hand to the body, step in, left hooks to the body. He is not abandoning the body, and that's smart. That's what a veteran does early in a fight. Oh, nice right hand to the body, pulls his head back and gets away from Benavidez' left hook. Very nice by Danny Garcia. This is a smaller fighter. He's having to move a lot more than Benavidez, expending a lot of energy. I hope Garcia is in fantastic shape to be able to continue this movement because he's having to move a lot to avoid the long, rangy punches of Benavidez as well. It takes a lot of energy to move at the hips and avoid those big punches. But he's doing pretty well, and it's still early. Throws another combination. Jab to the body again by Danny. Nice little combination by Danny to the body. Left hook, right hook to the body by Danny. Just really ripping to the body, man, Danny is. And I guess why not, right? You got a big, tall fighter, in front of you. Just go to the body. Shit, that body ain't moving, so just rip to it. And that ends the third round, and it ends with the 1-2 combination by Danny at the very end. And so I give that one to Danny Garcia. Therefore, I have it 2-1 for Danny Garcia. Jose did get some shots in there, but I gave Jose the benefit of the doubt in the second round for power shots, but not in the third round, man. Third round, I have to give the nod to Danny for his technicality, dedicating to the body. He landed more shots at the end of the day. Jose landed a couple nice power shots, but Danny outlanded him and outworked him. Can he keep it up, though? Can he keep up this pace coming in at a heavier weight? Now, at 140, Danny can box like this. But now he's coming in heavier. Will this extra added weight be detrimental as the fight goes on? We will see as we now enter round number 4. I have it 2-1 for Danny Garcia. If you guys missed my prediction, I said that I predicted Danny Garcia will win a very close decision. Let's see if my prediction holds. Danny Garcia comes out in the 4th round once again, double jabbing to the head, jab downstairs to the body, countering with a nice little left uppercut. Danny does, but doesn't land it flush. And Benavidez continues to stay crouched, stay low, which is a little bit strange because you're the taller fighter. I guess maybe you want to get lower so you have a straighter shot to your target. But I always say if you're tall, fight tall. But we'll see. We'll see if Jose Benavidez' strategy is smarter than mine. Danny Garcia just continues to jab to that body. Jose literally has zero answers for this body attack. He doesn't seem phased, but this scoring shots, y'all, nonetheless. It is scoring shots. Benavidez finally throws his own jab to the body. I want to see Danny try to sneak in a nice right uppercut. I think it's open, but he's not throwing it. He's really more or less throwing, jabs to the body, right hands to the body, an occasional step in, working to the body, and then get out of range quickly, which does take a lot of work, man, because when you step out and away from Jose, you got to step out big and fast because he's a lot longer than you. So it takes a lot of, nice right hand by Danny Garcia. Very nice. Jose ate it, but that was a flush right over, overhand right by Danny Garcia. But Jose did take it well. A little bit of an exchange in the middle of the ring now. More and more exchanges by these two men as the fight goes on. Both fighting behind a high guard. Danny's a little bit better with head movement, and Jose relies more so on blocking punches with his arms and his gloves. Oh, man, Danny Garcia really loaded up with the right hand and missed. And when he missed, Jose Benavidez loaded up with two right hands, right uppercuts, rather. So Danny Garcia, for the first time, really loaded up. I mean, he tried to time it, but just missed. Just missed. Oh, nice right hand to the body by Danny. Danny doesn't see this. This is where that veteran savviness comes out into play. He kind of looked a little bit awkward and silly by missing that big right hand and then getting countered. But he stays composed, steps right back in, and starts going right back to the body again. Very, very close fourth round. I'm telling y'all, man, this is a close fight, and I am prepared to commentate a 12-round close fight. Danny Garcia is still peppering with combinations. Body, head, body, head, body, head, body, head. And that ends round number 4. I got to give it to Danny again, man. I mean, I appreciate Benavidez landing power shots here and there. But look, man, you got 3 minutes in a round. You got 3 minutes in a round. You can't win 30 seconds of it because you land a couple of big shots or even 3 or 4 shots. You got to control. It's called ring management, ring IQ. And to me, Danny Garcia continues to do it. He continues to do just enough, putting in work down in the basement, dedicating to the body, and just out-punching and outworking Benavidez so far. So Benavidez at some point has to make a decision to either try to box with Danny or take some risks, because the way it's going right now, Garcia is going to win this by a decision, man. If y'all stepping in for the first time, y'all got to hit that like button, man. Y'all got to hit that like button. I don't know how we don't have 50 likes by now, but we need to get it up there. So I got it. We are in round number 5 now, and I have Garcia up 3 rounds to 1. 3 rounds to 1 for Danny Garcia. Stepping in at round number 5. Round 5 starts a little bit slower, which makes sense. A lot of energy expenditure in that 4th round. But Danny, man, being the smaller fighter, he is being quicker, which if you're smaller, you have to do that. You have to be quicker to the punch fighting a bigger man. You got to be in and out quickly. And he's done a pretty damn good job of it so far. Pretty damn good job of it so far. But Jose is definitely still in this fight. Benavidez just loads these big shots. They're both taunting each other in the middle of the ring. They're both taunting at each other. They both threw big punches and missed. They have both thrown some big punches and landed. So the taunting now begins. It's getting very interesting now in round number 5 with a minute gone and about a minute 45 seconds to go here in the 5th. Pretty close fight. I got Danny up in this fight, but he's not blowing out Jose Benavidez by any means. Jose is definitely in it. He's definitely has some moments, and he's definitely a live threat. Danny Garcia continues to outpunch, though. Jose in the middle of the ring, hands up. He's kind of mocking Danny, but Danny's working. So all that mocking shit don't do nothing. And he throws 2 big punches. Danny slips very well, rolls out of it very well, and throws a nice counter right hand, lands flush for Danny Garcia. This is where I continue to see that veteran kind of savviness by Danny Garcia. Like, I've been here. I'm not falling for all this young bravado. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to box because that's what I do. And that's the type of skill set that I have. Nice jab to the body. Right hand to the body by Garcia. Just continuing to rip away at that body constantly as Danny Garcia. And these are scoring punches, guys. Nice right hand, left hook by Danny Garcia. Jose says nope, but it landed nonetheless. Jose tries to come back, throws a 3-punch combination, but only lands 1. And now Danny's on the ropes, fights off the ropes, and lands a right hand off the ropes. Then Jose Benavidez goes down because they kind of get tangled up. They do get tangled up. And then when Jose Benavidez gets back up, he pushes Danny. So the referee calls time, gets him to calm down, and now we're back in the fight. And right away, Danny comes out, boom, jab at the body, jab at the head. Again, jab at the body by Danny. 15 seconds to go here in the 5th round. Nice right hand by Danny. Jose just covering up. Finally, Jose throws a counter right hand, lands it. But Danny took it well. 4-punch combination to the body by Danny Garcia. Jose tries to come back, but Danny ties him up very, very well. Very good veteran move. And that ends round number 5. And that's another round that I give Danny Garcia. That's another round for Danny Garcia in my books, which I now have Danny up 4 rounds to 1. 4 rounds to 1. 4 rounds to 1 for me. Y'all can hear me all right. African, you can. I don't know if you can hear me or not. If y'all can't hear me, man, let me know. Shit, man, I don't want to be like talking to myself. That shit's crazy. Y'all can hear me all right. Let me know in the chat, man. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. All right, man. We're getting ready to get the halfway point now. Halfway point, round number 6. I got Garcia up 5 rounds to 1 on my scorecards. There's a couple rounds in there that were very, very close. If you have it 4-2, that's a respectable score for me. But I have it 5 rounds to 1 as we enter round number 6, which is the halfway point. Danny Garcia once again comes out, jab to the head, jab to the body. Man, yeah, man, it's crazy. Oh, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here in this fight, man. Benavidez now still probing, staying low, high guard. It's like he just wants to land something big to see if he can turn the tide of the fight. He knows that he might be slightly down because Danny's boxing well. Oh, loaded up with the right uppercut. Does Danny Garcia? It just misses it. Wow. Danny really loading up with that shot. 1-2 combination to the body again by Danny Garcia. Jose throws in some long punches. It does connect. It does connect. Jose being a little bit more aggressive, it looks like, here in the 6th, with a minute gone of the 6th round already. Pretty close round so far. It's still up for grabs. Danny Garcia, jab to the head, jab to the body. Jose returns a jab, but it's blocked by Danny Garcia. Right hand by Danny. Right hand to the body by Danny. Right hand. So Danny, beautiful. Beautiful boxing. Right hand to the head. Right hand to the body. Slips out. Jab to the body. Slips out. Double jab to the head. And it just continues to freeze Jose. Continues to freeze him. And it forces Jose to just kind of throw caution in the wind and try to land something looping. And he's landed it a fair amount of times in this fight. But it's just not enough to win these 3-minute rounds, in my opinion. Danny's is just outworking him. Step in, left hook to the body by Danny Garcia. Jose tries to throw a jab in return, but Danny pulls his head back just in time, staying away. Continues to parry Jose's jab very, very well. Right hand to the body by Danny Garcia. A little bit more taunting by Danny. Step in, right hand to the body by Danny. Jose says nope, but it landed nonetheless. Right hand, left hand to the body by Danny Garcia. Referee says that was a little bit low. I didn't think it was low, though. It looked like it was right on the belt line, but the referee warned Danny to not punch low. Then Danny comes back with the left hook right hand, partially blocked by Jose. About 30 seconds left in the 6th round. Danny continuing to work in this round. Benavidez really taking a large part of this round off. Step in, right hand to the body by Danny. Tries to loop in, follow up with the big right hand, but Jose does get out of the way. Oh, nice counter right hand by Danny Garcia as Jose throws a left hook. Landed flush, but Jose did take it. Jose took it well. 15 seconds to go here in this 6th round. Danny can take this round if he continues to finish these last 10 seconds here. Danny needs to put a little bit more in the bank just to solidify it. Throws a 1-2 combination, but Jose leaned back, followed up with the right hand to the body. Another right hand to the body by Danny Garcia. And that wins the round for me when it comes to Danny Garcia. Another round in the bank for Danny Garcia. For me, I have it 5 rounds to 1 for Danny Garcia. So let me know what you think in the chat. Get the likes all the way up. We should be at 50 likes by now, y'all. We should be at 50 likes. If you guys don't know, I predicted Danny Garcia to win this fight by decision. So let's see if my prediction holds strong. Usually it does. I predicted Bivol to beat Canelo. I predicted a lot. I mean, majority of the fights that I predict, I get it right. I predicted Usyk to beat Joshua. I have to go down the line. There's a lot of fucking fights out there that I predicted accurately, and right now it's looking like I'm going to get another one correct. The likes all the way up, man. We should have 50 likes by now. We should have 50 likes by now. Round number 7. Here we go. Jose needs to do something. He needs to win a round clearly, get a knockdown, do something. Nice jab to the body, followed up with the right hand by Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, like I said, just continues to freeze Jose in his tracks. It's very difficult for Jose to set his feet and throw what he wants to throw. Danny continuing to probe and looking and bouncing and continuing to use the jab. He lays the jab out there softly, and then he steps down. Boom, hard jab to the body. Danny Garcia really doing well, ducking underneath shots. The unofficial scoring, by the way, by Steve Farhood, guys. Garcia has Garcia up by a shutout, 6 rounds to nothing. FYI, I have it 5 rounds to 1 for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia continues to go to the body, back up to the head. Jose trying to flip the jab out there. It just doesn't have the heat that he needs it to have. He's just not setting anything up behind the jab either. Just so fixated on trying to land a big right hand. And he's ready for it. He's waiting for it. And he's like, yo, bro, I know you're trying to land that right hand. I'm just going to keep sticking you to the body. And I'm just going to continue to duck underneath that right hand every single time. And I'm just going to continue to rip you to your body and score these scoring punches. Boom, nice 3-punch combination by Danny. Right hand snaps Jose's head back. Jose shakes it off. But once again, another scoring blow for Danny Garcia. Jose tries to throw a combo, and Danny Garcia looping and ducking underneath and avoiding it. He's kind of on the ropes a little bit. Oh, loads up with the right hand, looping right hand around the side of the guard by Danny Garcia. Then another jab. Boom, right hand down the pipe by Danny Garcia. Partially blocked by Jose. But Danny Garcia, once again, in control of this round. Freezing Jose in his tracks for the most part. Jose, he kind of gets a left hook in there, but Danny comes right back to work to the body right away. Doesn't waste any time. Doesn't allow Jose to get any type of comfortability. Oh, Danny Garcia ducks really low. A little bit scary how low Danny ducks, but he seems to be okay. And very smart and defensively responsible for Danny Garcia, y'all. It's like he knows these big, long shots. You can tell he put the work in. He put a sparring partners in there that emulated that long, rangy, tall fighter. You can tell because he prepared for it. Nice combination by Danny Garcia. Once again, snaps Jose's head back. 10 seconds to go here in the 7th round. Nice 4-punch combination by Danny Garcia. Body and head. Mixed it up very nicely. Jose, I see a little bit of frustration now. Oh, nice combo by Danny again. Clearly wins that 7th round, in my opinion. Jose continues to taunt, but bro, you can taunt all you want. You losing the fight, Brody. You losing the fight. Continue to taunt and shake your shoulders and shit. Bro, this ain't a strongman competition. We know you're tough. But Danny's out. He's outboxing you. Danny's outboxing you. Yo, that's what it is. I have it 6 rounds to 1. 6 rounds to 1 going into the 8th round. If you haven't hit that like button, you need to. We should have 50 likes in this building by now. If you haven't hit the like button, you need to. Let's go. Get the likes all the way up. I know it's not the biggest fight available, but shit, it's a good fight. It's a good fight, and we in here live. So hit that like button. If you love boxing, hit that like button. All right, guys, we are about to jump into round number 8. Benavidez needs to do something, man. He needs to do something dramatically. Like I said, he needs to win a round very clearly, hurt Danny, drop Danny, do something. And Danny, once again, 1-2 combination, gets the right hand. And it's like Danny's like, it's weird because Danny is a type of dude that doesn't mind standing in the pocket and exchanging. But tonight, he went into his toolbox and boxed. It's a great thing to see because I always reference Danny to be more like a throwback fighter, grindy, in the pocket fighting. But tonight, he went into that toolbox and pulled out his boxing skills. Great thing to see by Danny Garcia after this long. Ooh, nice combination by Jose. As I'm here praising Danny, Jose throws a nice little 1-2 that definitely caught Danny. Danny's a bit more alert now. A minute gone here in the 8th. Oh, finally, Jose goes downstairs, gets some body shots in. But still, Danny's making it hard for Jose to land these shots. Ducking underneath very, very well, keeping the gloves tight up next to his chin, protecting himself well. I do see a little bit of a mouse, though, under Danny Garcia's left eye, probably from a couple right hands that got in. Oh, nice little combination by Danny Garcia again. Jose just doing way too much covering up, not really throwing back. He's blocking a lot, but he's also getting hit a lot. When you just have a high guard and you don't move your head, man, I mean, you're leaving the door open for the judges to score a landing punch. When you move your head and you can show that it clearly misses, then, you got a chance. But when you just stand there in front like that, man, and one guy's working, it's tough to assume the judges will give you all these blocked punches. They kind of stand toe-to-toe a little bit, exchanging. But once again, Jose just covering up for the most part. And Danny just ripping to the body, ripping to the body, ripping to the body. And Jose, for the most part, just doesn't have an answer for it. Does get a right hand in there. But I got to give Danny, so far, a lot of credit for taking these punches from a bigger fighter. He's shown a lot of resilience. He's shown a big chin. We've always known that Danny's got a big chin. We know that he had a big one in 140, 147. And he's proving to have it at 154. Oh, big right hand loaded up by Jose. Barely misses Danny. Danny just rolled with it just enough to take steam away from it. And Danny continues to just rip to the body, man. I mean, I think it's slowing Jose down, y'all. I think this body attack is slowing Jose down. I mean, he's tough. Nice right hand by Danny at the end with the right hand to the body. I just feel like the body attack, man, for these past 8 rounds are really starting to slow Benavidez down. That's another round for Danny in my book. Danny's got the momentum right now. It's hard to score against Danny unless Jose does something drastic. I mean, you got to really flip my brain because right now Danny's riding the wave of boxing beautifully. So if you're Benavidez, you got to do something drastic at my point. We're 1 like away from 50 likes. We are 1 like away from 50 likes. So if y'all came in here and you haven't hit that like button, make sure y'all hit that like button. All right, here we go. Getting ready for round number 9. We're slowly creeping in, ladies and gentlemen, into these championship rounds. I have it 7 rounds to 1. 7 rounds to 1 for Danny Swift Garcia. Round number 9. Danny Garcia, jab to the body, right hand over top. Just to kick the round off. Jose steps in with the jab to the body. Looping left hook. Jose, nice. Jose getting the better of the punches so far here in the 9th. He needs to win a round badly. Double jab right hand by Danny, but doesn't really get in. Jose steps in with a nice right hand to the body and the head. Jose doing a little bit more this round than he has the previous rounds. Really loading up. Oh, nice big shots on the inside by Jose Benavidez. Looking much better here in the 9th so far. Nice counter right hand by Benavidez. Going over Danny Garcia's jab. I got Benavidez winning this round so far here in the 9th. Nice big jab by Benavidez. Danny might be taking this round off. Either he's taking the round off or he might be a little bit fatigued. Let's see. But Danny hasn't really done nothing this first minute and 30 seconds of the ninth. Once again, Benavidez going up in a high guard, not throwing punch. Oh, nice right uppercut by Benavidez. Kind of snapped Danny's head back a little bit. Danny took it well. Nice right hand to the body by Benavidez. Definitely a Benavidez round so far. He's got Danny on the ropes. Danny finally slides out. But Benavidez, oh, nice right hand by Benavidez. Left hook by Benavidez. Another left hand by Benavidez. Definitely a Benavidez round with a minute to go. A lot of people think that may be thinking that Benavidez is waiting for his moment to strike and see if Danny gets tired. But he's done a great job here in this ninth, putting in some nice big power punches. Danny not doing as much. Last 30 seconds of the ninth. Danny goes back to the body, jabbing, counter right hand by Benavidez, going over. He's starting to put that in a little bit more. That pull counter over Danny Garcia's jab. He's landed it a couple times now with the right hand. Nice right hand by Benavidez once again. We had 20 seconds to go. Almost done with this ninth. Benavidez can steal this round. He can steal it. Nice wind up right uppercut to the body by Benavidez. And then a combo. Another right hand landed by Jose Benavidez. Excellent round for Jose Benavidez. A round that he desperately needed after giving up a lot of rounds there in the middle of the fight. All right, so that ends round 9. I give that one to Benavidez. We are now officially about to enter the championship rounds. We are about to enter the championship rounds, which is round number 10. And I have Garcia up 8 rounds to 2. Sorry, 7 rounds to 2, excuse me. 7 rounds to 2 for Danny Garcia going into the 10th. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do that. I know people filtering in. Y'all filtering in and not hitting the damn like button. That's how y'all do me. That's how y'all do me, I guess. Excellent round by Benavidez in that 9th. Let's see if he can carry it, though. Let's see if he can carry that into 10, 11, 12, possibly. If you guys are curious and just joining, I picked Danny Garcia right before the fight started to win by decision. And let's see if my prediction holds. Round number 10. Round number 10. Danny comes out a little bit more aggressive. Right hand, left hook. Benavidez has to carry. He has to pick up where he left off in the 9th. He has to. He's got no choice. He's down on the fight, and he's got to carry this momentum. Oh, nice combination by Danny. As soon as he lands, he ties up. They tie up, tangled up a little bit. Referee separates them. They're back in the middle of the ring. Danny knows he lost that round. He knows he lost the 9th. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? If you guys are curious too, when I watch these fights and I commentate live, I turn off the damn commentary. So I watch this shit on mute. So it's purely me. There's no other influence coming through. A little bit slower in this 10th, but that's expected. 9th round was full of a lot of energy. Danny Garcia, though, doing slightly better in this 10th, though. Jose throws out a triple jab, but only lands 1 out of the 3 jabs. The round is still up for grabs. Danny Garcia steps in. Big left hook to the body. Jose says, nope, doesn't hurt. Left hook, right hook to the body, right hand to the head by Danny. So Danny's starting to edge this round out, even though it's a pretty close round. Jab to the body by Danny again. Another jab to the body by Danny. Jose reverting back to what he was doing before the 9th. He is not picking up where he left off in the 9th round. This is where experience comes into play, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you have to gain this experience. It's covered up nice and high. Jose is looking just like he did all these other previous rounds. Definitely not the same Jose that we saw in the 9th. Double jab landed by Danny Garcia. Jab to the body by Danny Garcia. Left hook to the head by left hook to the body by Danny Garcia. Jose loads up with a big right hand, but Danny rolls with it nicely. Last 20 seconds of the 10th. Double jab to the body by Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia come back after that 9th round and totally got back into the groove. His dad probably got on his ass, and you can see a little bit more aggression. Nice little combo by Danny, sets Jose on the back foot. Last few seconds here. Danny peppering with combinations to finish the round strong. And that ends rounds number 10. And that, to me, is a Danny Garcia round going into round number 11. Only a few more rounds to go, y'all. Only a few more rounds to go. I have Danny Garcia up 8 rounds to 2. 8 rounds to 2. Make sure you get the likes all the way up. All the way up, people. Let the people know we're in here. I have Danny up 8 rounds to 2 going into round number 11. Will Danny Garcia move up in weight, show that he can punch with bigger fighters, box with bigger fighters, and continue to show that he has a hell of a chin? Let's see. 2 more rounds to prove it. Here we go. Round number 11. I am intrigued. I am entertained. I'm ready to see if my prediction holds up. My prediction was Danny Garcia winning this by decision, and it looked like it's heading that way. Boom. Danny comes out the 3-punch combination, sets Jose back on the back foot. Back in the center of the ring. Jose pawing out the jab. You know that right hand's coming. You know he wants to load up and land that right hand. You know that's what he wants to do. Once again, Jose not really throwing nothing, just a high guard. Tries to throw a little combination, and Danny, he punches on the inside of Jose's punches very nicely. I think that Benavidez has been surprised that he hasn't been able to get off what he thought he can get off on Danny Garcia. Big combinations by Jose, but Danny's just rolling with these punches very nicely and slipping out and using his feet, which is what you got to do as a smaller fighter. Staying on his toes, bouncing around, making it frustrating for Jose. Now back in the center of the ring. Danny Garcia steps in with the jab to the body. Double jab to the head, right hand to the body by Danny. Jab to the body again. Jose covering up. Not really throwing any punches. Keeps sticking his tongue out at Danny. He's been sticking his tongue out at Danny the whole damn night, but I have him down 8 rounds to 2. So sticking your tongue out don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. It doesn't matter if Danny can't hurt you. This is a boxing match, bro. Jose getting frustrated, punching his gloves together, say, let's go, let's fight. As Danny continues to bounce around. Last minute of this 11th round, Danny Garcia once again in control by jabbing to the body, jabbing to the head, right hooks to the body. And Jose just can't get off the combos that he wants to get off, and just completely just destroying Jose Benavidez' body tonight. It's insane, the dedication that Danny put onto the body of Jose Benavidez tonight, which I think took a lot of steam out of Benavidez. .30 seconds ago here in the 11th. Danny Garcia, double jab to the body, followed up with the right hand over the top. Another right hand down the pipe for Danny. Jose tries to return to it with a jab, but it's being parried nicely by Danny. Danny throws a triple jab. Right hand to the body again by Danny. Jab to the head, jab to the body by Danny. Left hook rolls out by Danny. Completely just resetting Benavidez every single time. And that ends round number 11. That's another great round by Danny Garcia. David Benavidez, the brother of Jose, out there clapping and shit like his brother's winning the fight. Bro, your brother's losing, bro. You better go step up ringside and say some shit. You better say something. We going into round number 12. Andrew Gray, I appreciate you, bro. You know how I do it, man. Y'all should be sharing these damn live streams. Anytime Divine Sense goes live and commentates on a fight, y'all should be sharing this shit. Nobody commentates like I do it, man. I put all my energy into it. Pierce the weather in the building was good. I have it 9 rounds to 2. I have it 9 rounds to 2 for Danny Swift Garcia going into the final round. On my scorecard, Benavidez needs a knockout. Benavidez needs a knockout on my scorecard. Let's see if he can get it. If y'all curious, before the fight started, I predicted Danny Garcia to win a unanimous decision. All right, here we go. Round number 12. I think Danny knows he has it in the bank. All he has to do is move and box. And if you're Jose, you got to know that Danny's going to move. Danny's not willing to risk giving away a fight in the 12th round. So you got to cut off the ring. You got to do something extravagant because you know Danny's going to move. You know he's going to jab and move, jab and move, jab and move to go and sail off into the sunset with the victory. So far in this 12th round, they're both exchanging jabs, but Jose just can't figure out how to land that big right hand, something that he's been loading up and trying to land the entire night. Danny Garcia just continued to just pop the jab out there. It's like, get past my jab. Jab to the body, and then right hook to the body. Jose shakes his hand, puts his hands down, said, nope. You've been saying nope all night, but guess what? The judges have been saying, yep. You could be shaking your head all night, Jose. Nice jab to the body once again by Garcia. 2-punch combination to the body by Garcia. Rolls out. And when he rolls out, Jose tries to catch him on the way out, but can't land anything flush. And how Danny Garcia is sticking his tongue out at Jose, returning the favor, sticking his tongue out. Jose Benavidez puts his hands out like, bro, why aren't you like exchanging with me? Why aren't you fighting with me? But the problem is Danny is stepping in. Danny's hitting you with body shots, bro. The only way that you can get hit with body shots is on the inside. You just can't do shit. So I don't understand like what your problem is. This is hit, not get hit, bro. And you can't do shit. Now Danny Garcia throws a big combination. Now they're talking shit, verbally taunting each other. And Danny's saying, come on, hit me. You can't hit me. That's why. Last 45 seconds of the final round. Danny Garcia loads up with some couple big punches. It was blocked by Jose, but it clearly shows that Danny is not afraid of you. Is not afraid. Peppers in with another combination. Jose continuing to taunt. But Danny just continues to throw combinations. Jose blocking it, taking it, but not doing shit. Not winning any rounds. All he's doing is shaking his hands and taunting. And it's sad. It's like all this taunting shit don't mean nothing, bro. That shit's frustrating to me. Danny Garcia waving his hands, pumping up the crowd. Last 10 seconds. Throws a big combination once again. Jose clearly frustrated. And that, ladies and gentlemen, ends the fight. Final round done. Another round in the bank for Danny Garcia for me. And I have this a 10-2 victory for Danny Garcia on my scorecards. Now let's see if the judges agree. Jose ain't got nothing to be mad about. You got outboxed. Shit, it happens, bro. You thought that Danny was going to go in there and fight you like he did at 140. And you thought he was going to exchange with you. You thought that he was going to stand toe-to-toe and let's see who's stronger. Danny ain't dumb. He knows he's stepping up in weight. He came in there and outboxed your ass. You didn't do shit. Excellent performance, man. Excellent performance. Let's see what the judges have it. I see my man Stacy also got it 10 rounds to 2. So let's see, man. Let's see if my prediction holds up and it is indeed a unanimous decision. I just can't see it any other way. Ain't no damn way. I mean, the maximum is 9 rounds to 3. Maximum. Maximum 9 rounds to 3. And that's because you feel sorry for Jose. Anything other than 9 rounds to 3, I'm not accepting 8 rounds to 4. I'm not accepting it. I have it 10 rounds to 2. So let's go back up to the poll. When I did the poll, 55% of y'all said that Garcia would win. 38% said Benavidez would win. 38% of you said Benavidez would win. It wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. What's up, Demon? I see you. Let's try to get it up to 60 likes before I get up out of here, y'all. Just try to get it up to 60 likes. Let's try to get it up to 60 likes, man. We're waiting for the official scorecards. If y'all just jumping in, I have it 10 rounds to 2. 10 rounds to 2 for Danny Garcia. Danny put on a boxing clinic tonight, y'all. I did not expect that. I knew he had some boxing ability, but he prepared very, very well tonight. He prepared very, very well. And he looked good in the weight as well. He looked good in the weight. I thought he might get tired. I thought that he might, just get tired, man, towards the end of the fight, but he didn't. He continued to move and box well all the way up into the 12th round, putting combinations on Jose. Fantastic shape. Looks great. All right, here come the official scorecards. Let's see what they got it. Majority decision. What the fuck? $114 a draw. $116, $112. $117, $111. Danny Garcia gets the nod. But whoever scored at a draw needs a roundhouse kick to the face. Are you serious? A draw? You gave Benavidez 6 fucking rounds? You gave Benavidez 6 rounds? Wow. Wow. Even 116, 112. That's 8-4, right? That to me is like a maybe. A maybe. I mean, you give Benavidez the benefit of the doubt. And then 117, 111 makes sense. That's 9 rounds to 3. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But 114, 114 is a disgrace. 114, 114 is an absolute disgrace. Who the fuck was that judge? I didn't catch the name when they read the scorecards. They're interviewing Danny Garcia right now, if you're curious. He said he went through some depression and some anxiety. He took a layoff. And so this victory means a lot for him. Very emotional speech by Danny here, if y'all ain't listening. He said that, he went through a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. He was going through depression for a year and a half. and he said he needed to come back in the ring and fight and prove it to himself that he still got it. He's a fighter, and he did that tonight. And it just when you hear something like this, man, you feel for a man, right? You feel for a man, and then you find out that like you got a 114 on the scorecard. That's just pathetic. George, you trolling, bro. George, don't do that. You trolling out here, bro. Just listening to the post fight. Yeah, you said controversy. Hey, hey, man. Yep. I did warn you guys. I did warn you, man. I did warn you. But 114 is just disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. It said Rolesco Roldan. 114. See, you get this bullshit out here like this, man. You get this bullshit out here. Danny just said that he would like to fight Erislandi Lora at 155. And that's interesting. Erislandi Lora. So now they're interviewing Jose Benavidez. He said that he took all of Danny Garcia's punches. He was never hurt. And he said that he thought he won the fight. I don't mean you can take his punches all you want, bro, but you ain't putting in the work. That's the problem. That's the problem. You got outworked, and that's the end of the story. And the maximum is you win 3 rounds. Like absolute maximum is 3 rounds. All right, I'm gonna call it. So I just turned off the stream. So traditionally, what I do, man, is I drop a link in the chat for anybody that wants to come in. This is the post-fight part of the live stream tonight. So anybody that wants to come in, leave your thoughts about the fight, or who do you want to see Danny fight next? Do you think that he should stay at 154? Do you think he should move back down? Whatever may be on your mind, there's a link in the chat. I'll leave it open for about 10 minutes or so to see if anybody that wants to drop in, then it's there. I do this traditionally after any fight. But in the meantime, man, like, look, if anybody's curious about how I scored it, as I said, I scored it 10 rounds to 2 for Danny Garcia. I gave Benavidez the 2nd round and the 9th round. I think he won the 9th round very, very clearly. The 2nd round, I circled it as a swing round. Could have went either way, but I did give it to Benavidez. Nonetheless, man, it was an absolute boxing performance by Danny Garcia tonight. That's why I gave him 10 rounds. A lot of people in the chat gave him 11 rounds. Some people had 11-1. Some people said even a shutout is something that I could see. I don't see it as a shutout because to me, Benavidez 1,000% won the 9th round for sure. So, but nonetheless, man, you win 1 round, good for you, but you lost fucking 11 rounds. So you got your ass beat, period, point blank. So what's going to happen from here with Danny Garcia is yet to be seen. But we do got the demon in the building that wants to drop in and leave some thoughts. What's on your mind?
He needs to fight Tony Harrison ASAP. Don't get in the ring with nobody else. He needs to fight Tony Harrison. That actually would be a good fight. That's a good, nice little challenge for him. He just out on this boy, whooped his ass. You know what I'm saying? 11-1, easy. Now fight Tony Harrison and see where you really at if you want to stay at 154. That's all I got to say, man. I got to get ready to go to the club, man. But keep doing your thing, though.
No doubt, bro. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So yeah, they throws out a name, man. Tony Harrison. I dig that. I mean, but obviously Danny in his career, 34 years old. I would imagine he's just trying to grab a belt right quick, win another championship, put a feather in his cap. But let's take a look real quickly at the landscape of 154. And let's see. And we have to take into consideration, like I said, we have to take into consideration his age and what he's trying to accomplish. He mentioned Erislandy Lara for a title shot. I guess Erislandy Lara has a belt. But let's look at the ratings right quick. And I'll share it on the screen so we can all take a look at it together. Yeah, you know what, PG, Big Dog, bro, PGH Big Dog, man. You know what, man? I feel you on that. And I think a big problem is a lot of people, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, man. I feel like a lot of people were building up Jose Benavidez. I feel like they were making him out to be something that he wasn't. Look, man, Jose Benavidez is a decent fighter. He's a tough guy, entertaining to watch, whatever have you. But at the end of the day, like, he's not the best at 154. I mean, he's not even as good as his brother. David is way better. I mean, that's just the way it crumbles. So that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Like Canelo being a much bigger star than his brother. And it happens in boxing sometimes, but David is just a better fighter. I think he puts his combinations together better. I think he's got more power, just across the board. You know what I mean? Just across the board. And so I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, just assume Danny's too small and Jose's just going to put too much pressure or whatever it is. But I think people just gave Benavidez just way too much credit, in my opinion. And I wasn't really worried about this fight, man. That's why I predicted Danny to win the decision. And he did that very, very convincingly. K-Rod dropping in. What's up, K-Rod?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up with it, man? We're about to look at the landscape of 154 right here. So we see, don't pay too much attention to the rankings. It's just the names. We all have our own rankings and who we think should be where as far as the top 10 of whatever weight class. But I just want to share. This is 154 right here. Now, Danny Garcia is officially a 154 pounder. So Demon came in here and he threw out the name Tony Harrison, who is now currently 29-3 with 21 KOs. And so there's that. Now, there's been a lot of mention of Brian Castano and Danny Garcia as well. Danny Garcia has mentioned and given a lot of credit to Sebastian Fundora as well. So, I mean, it's just hard because we look, I mean, Jose Benavidez is not even on the top 10 for Ring Magazine. He's not even in the top 10, y'all. So, just food for thought. But look, I mean, as far as who I think he should fight next, I don't know. I know Tim Tszyu, he's got a fight lined up in January. He's fighting one of the Charlos, right?
Yeah, Jermel.
So there's a title on the line there. So if you're trying to fight, you know, in that time frame, either before January, which it's a bit tight. We're in August. So I guess technically speaking, you could try to fight the winner of Tim and Charlo, but I don't see it. For me, I say Tony or Erickson Lubin would be a good fight. He did mention Erislandy Lara, which is I guess it makes sense because Laura, he comes from Danny's era. You know what I mean? So even though they've been in different weight classes, I mean, he knows Laura. They came up through the same era, and it's probably just a name that he would like to put on his resume. Um, so we'll have to see. But K-Rod, what do you think? Who do you think that Danny should fight next?
I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I like to see him and Crawford fight if Crawford can't fight EJ, because like if you beat Crawford, then theoretically speaking, that would endure EJ to come into 154, and then let's just say if you do beat Crawford, then fight Tony Harrison or fight Brian Castano, and then after Charlo and Tim Zoo's over, Danny can just basically fight for like a vacant title, because I don't see Charlo fighting Danny. I think him and Danny, that's gonna either be like 2-3 fights down the line, and I think Danny, he has to grow into the division. He can't just walk right into a Charlo fight. I think just by looking at his performance, he looked very very well, but he just needs to he needs to start molding into the division, and I think he's gonna do very very well. And he looked absolutely tremendous out there. He just had like a couple of wrinkles here and there to fix on, but give him more veteran level opposition like a Tony Harrison, Brian Castano, Liam Smith, or Fundora. Like to which I think Fundora, he can, he would easily get knocked out by Danny Garcia, just by let the punch resistance. I don't think Danny Garcia is gonna let Fundora really try to hurt him, and I think Fundora, he's gonna get hit with something really stupid, and he's gonna get knocked out by Danny. But all the other fights, that I mentioned, those are the best difficult fights for Danny Garcia to just pump up his resume even higher. And I think eventually just Danny, he's either going to win a vacant title or he's going to challenge for one. But if Jermell really wants to be like about action, if I'm Jermell Charlo, let me get through my business with Tim Zoo, and let Danny Garcia get like a fight or two in more, and then fight him, because I don't see anything valuable at 160. Like, why would you go up to 160 if you know that there's really no big fights up there? So I say for now, like, just keep making these undisputed title defenses, and then you can have a big fight with Danny Garcia, which is a big pay-per-view level fight, and then after that whole showdown between you and him is over, between who wins, then the winner of that fight, they could just move up and wait, or go after Errol Spence, because that's going to be the next big money fight after that. So that's my take.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why it just popped into my head, but I think he might fight Liam Smith next. I think that's how it might all unfold.
Yeah.
But what people need to realize, and I mentioned it during the fight, is that Danny had pop at 140. He hurt people. He knocked people out. When he went to 147, that kind of disappeared. And then once again tonight, I don't think, when Jose says he wasn't hurt, I believe him. I don't think Jose was hurt at any point of the fight. He just got outboxed. He didn't have any answers. And at the end of the day, it's boxing, right? It's not about who hits the hardest. But you get somebody that has more speed and boxing ability than a Jose Benavidez, knows how to put their punches together, knows how to counter punch a bit better. Somebody that, like Keith Thurman gave Danny a lot of problems with in and out movement, hand speed. And so if you have somebody else like that at 154, I just don't see Danny overcoming it. Now, I do want to say this about Danny as well. I mean, the dude has just got a fucking iron chin, bro. He's got one of the best chins in boxing. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I don't care what I challenge anybody in that debate. Right? And Jose hit him, and Jose's not the biggest puncher, but Jose's clearly way bigger. And he hit Danny with some big right hands tonight. And Danny just ate that shit. And he's been known to eat big punches by a lot of big punchers. Danny Garcia is one of the best, if not the best chin, pound for pound in boxing, in my opinion.
Could I also add on that?
Yep.
Also, I don't know if you noticed it in the fight, but when Danny was moving a lot of those shots to be slipped off, he wasn't even getting grazed by those punches. So like Danny moving around the ring and using, basic or standard reflexes in those in those exchanges. Imagine that at 140 and 147. Like Danny would have given a lot of big names problems, and I think the reason why he did it in this fight was because he knew what the style was going to be. It was either going to be like a rock'em sock'em, face front type of fighting style. To which Danny, he's not really afraid of doing that. But at the same time, why would you want to bang with somebody that's not good to keep up with you? So I think Danny, he just focused on being more of a boxer puncher, and that's not the type of style that we haven't seen before out of a Danny Garcia. And I probably say since of the amateurs, right? When he fought Bud and all those other guys, but still, like Danny showed a different level that he never showed out of his skill set, ever since about the amateur days, and that's that's just a clear indicator that he's actually growing from his old habits.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was impressed. I predicted Danny to win, but I didn't expect him to box the way that he boxed tonight. I mean, just everything that you want to see in a boxer, he did it. Getting in and out, dedicated to the body when the head wasn't open, just continued to rip to the body. Did they hurt Jose? I guess they didn't hurt him, but I think it took some steam out of him. And whenever every single time someone steps in and you cover up and they throw a 4-punch combination to the body, it's going to freeze you. It offsets you. It freezes you every single time. And Danny just didn't. See, I think that's what Jose thought. Jose thought that Danny's going to sit in the pocket and exchange. But Danny ain't dumb, man. He knows he's fighting a bigger man. And why? Why sit there? And that's why Jose was getting frustrated and taunting and sticking his tongue out and shit. It's like, dude, what do you expect Danny to do? You really thought that a smaller man's going to come in here and try to go and try to just bang it out with you. That's your mistake. You should have known better. You should have known that Danny's going to come in here, be the smaller man, and move. That's what you're supposed to do when you're the smaller man, is move. Use your quickness. Use your boxing ability. Make the bigger man chase you and throw big punches and miss. That's what Danny did. And just completely outclassed him in a boxing sense. But I have never put Jose in the top tier of 154. So I don't know why people. First off, if anybody thought that Jose was going to win this fight, you're purely basing it off the fact that you think Danny's not ready for the weight. There's just no way you're going to say Jose's going to outbox him. He's going to, even outpunch him. He didn't even outpunch him tonight. It's just crazy to think that you think that Jose was going to win. Only thing that you say, the layoff and the weight. That's the only way you go for Benavidez. Because I'd never have Benavidez in the top 10. It's an okay fight for Danny to come back. That's fine. I get it. I understand. Jose Benavidez is not a terrible opponent. He's not a fucking cab driver or a bum. But at the same time, he's not a top-tier fighter at 154. But now that you look good, most boxing experts are going to say that you put on a phenomenal performance. The 114 scorecard, I might as well wipe that with my ass. And nobody should even pay attention. That judge seriously needs to be taken into a back alley. What the fuck?
I want to be a judge in boxing. Please sign me up, man.
Yeah,
I'll score fights way better.
Yeah. Me too, man. Me too. I do this every time we go live, man. And my scorecards are very objective, unbiased. I call it how I see it. And every round is not clear. Sometimes in boxing, you get a fucking round that it's close as fuck, man. And you got to make a decision. The last thing you want to do is call a round even. You want to try to give it to somebody for one reason or the other. So you have these swing rounds, right? That's normal in boxing. You
Yeah.
can't expect to be perfect for all 12 rounds judging, but you gotta be at least 90% accurate. You
Yeah.
know, and it just doesn't. I mean, you literally give Benavidez 6 rounds. Or where the fuck did he win 6 rounds? Where did he win 6 rounds? He won the 9th round clearly. Okay, I gave him the 2nd round, and that was being generous. I just nowhere else. Even if you give him 3 rounds, I have to try to figure it out. You give him 4 rounds, I'm like, now you're kind of fucking me. Then you give him 6.
That's stupid.
Now you're you're literally saying, oh, I wanted Benavidez to win, but I can't give him the win because I know he didn't win. So let me just score to draw. Complete bias judging, period. And I don't know if the dude, what is he? Is he Latino? Is he Mexican or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah, he probably could be Mexican.
Yeah.
But
Platt Boys in that super chat real quick. I want to recognize my man Platt Boys. He says Jake Paul fight canceled. That's what I heard.
Yeah, Jake Paul, he's afraid of Hasim.
That's what I heard. Now I don't know the exact details of it. But what I do know is that it has been canceled and it had something to do with weight. So I know there were a lot of problems about the weight even during the fight build-up, during the press conferences. Hasim mentioned it several times on how, how Jake Paul knew that his last fight was at fucking heavyweight. And then he tried to take him down to 200 pounds. And Hasim agreed to it, which is a lot of weight to lose. Like I don't know where his last fight, he probably weighed like 225 or something like that. You got to lose 25 pounds to fight Jake. And then, so he agreed to all these different stipulations. You got 1 week out. You're 1 week out from the fight happening. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's a problem with the weight. And there's something about 200 and then it was like 205. And there was like a rehydration clause or something like that. And we don't know yet. I mean, it's going to come out eventually on who's the one who pulled the plug. But right now it seems like Jake Paul and his team and his promotional side of things are trying to blame it on Hasim because Hasim didn't want to agree to some like last second weight decisions, which I guess in a way, like if it's 1 week out and you say, oh, hey, by the way, I know we said that you can rehydrate to 205, but we're going to change that and you can't come in past 200. If you're Hasim, yeah, like you can be like, well, fuck you then. You don't want to fight. So I have a feeling that's what it's going to be, Platt Boy. That's what I have a feeling that's what's going to be talked about. But it's pathetic, man. 1 week before the fight. Are you fucking kidding me, man? And then people want to take Jake Paul seriously as if like he's good for boxing and it's something different. And then what was it like 2 or 3 days ago? They said if Jake Paul beats Hasim, then he goes into the WBC rankings. It's like, what? So you got these dudes at cruiserweight that has been fighting 20 plus fights and winning, and they're not even in the WBC top 10, but you're going to give a guy Jake Paul one fight and put him in the top 10, man. It's just a disgrace.
Could I add on top of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is like, why would you want to fight a heavyweight when you know that you could easily pick some bum off the street that fights in the cruiserweight division and then just make the fight sellable from there? Like, out of all the fighters that you could have fought, in which, from what I heard, there was like 3 to 5, fighters lined up to be used as possible replacements for the fight. But it's like you could have easily found somebody credible that you could have fought. But on top of that, he decided not to do that. He tried to play fire with fire by trying to pick up Hasim Rahman, and when we all know he's a natural heavyweight. He's not, he's not like a cruiserweight. And even if he wanted to go back down to cruiserweight, he's still going to rehydrate back up to a heavyweight. And from that point of view, if I'm in his shoes, I would say F you to him too. It's like, you're going to force me to stay at cruiserweight when I'm already in a position where I have to burn like 25 plus pounds of pure muscle, if not fat. And that's going to put more stress on my body. So that's pretty much a recipe for disaster. But it's like if I'm Hasim, I'm like, nah, fuck you, man. I'm not gonna do that for you. It's either if you want to fight me, we're gonna fucking fight. You're not a true boxer. You're not going in to fight for world titles anyway. So why not go up a couple pounds and actually fight a real heavyweight? Because I think the thing is that Jake Paul, he's afraid of getting hit by somebody that knows how to actually box. But on top of that, when he gets hurt, you've seen it from the Tyron Woodley fight. Woodley was crushing him with just like a single jab, and he was getting pushed back like a rag doll, in Halo. Like that's just how easy it is to hurt Jake Paul. But I don't see anything special out of him. It's like anybody could say Jake Paul got skills, but really at the end of the day, like I'm sure I'm sure for 95% of fighters that actually look at Jake Paul and study him, they would say that he's a joke, man. They would knock him out in sparring probably, but it's like Hasim Rahman pretty much explained it all. It's like he's not a truthful person. He's a scammer. He's not doing any justice for boxing. I mean, yeah, granted, you're helping out Amanda Serrano, but it's like Amanda Serrano, she doesn't need him. It's like, why does she need to be with him? Just for what? Just for money? It's like, I don't see how you could be with a person that's not going to be trustworthy for himself, but for him to make excuses to not fight another man that took up the challenge to fight him, it's like that just shows his lack of character and his lack of manhood because he knows he's afraid of accepting his worth coming into the sport. So that's my take.
Yeah, I never put much energy or thought into it, bro. I mean, a lot of people hit me up, DM me and stuff. Oh, what do you think about this? Da, da, da. I'm just, if the fight actually happened, I probably would have commentated on it for the entertainment value. But I'm sure as hell not going to invest any time and energy, anything surrounding Jake Paul. He has yet to proven any type of worth to me. And this idea that, oh, he's good for boxing, because he didn't take the original path to be a boxer and, he can make these big lucrative fights and make it entertaining. Man, fuck all that shit, man. I don't watch boxing because it's entertaining. Not in that way, I don't. Not in that way. I watch it because it's competitive. It is a combative sport of two men who dedicate their life to the sport. Not, oh, yeah, I'm kind of athletic. I want to be a boxer now. Well, if you want to be a boxer, nobody's going to knock you. If Jake Paul, the YouTuber, said, I'm done with my Disney career and I'm going to go be a boxer, he's young enough to do it. He was like 22 years old when he first started taking up boxing, right? And if you would have done it the right way, it's not impossible at 22. Like Wilder did it at a later age. Like there's a lot of fighters that start late and can accomplish great things. Plenty of time.
That's like Rocky
right?
Marciano. He started at 24.
Yeah. So do it the right way. If you don't want to go amateur, you don't have to. You don't have to go amateur. You just go right into the pros. First pro fight. Matchup, you're 0-0, he's 0-0. Let's see who wins. And you go up the ranks. And by the time you're 28, 29, if you're 14, 15-0, and you're knocking dudes out and you did the right way, then sure. I wouldn't care if he was an ex-Disney star or Jake Paul. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would watch his fight. I would promote his fight just like I would any other fighter. But no. You don't want to do that. You want to fight MMA fighters and basketball players and Ben Askren, who had a fucking hip replacement. I mean, it's just disgraceful. I mean, Ben Askren literally looked like my uncle who just got off the couch eating a barbecue dinner and 4 beers. That's what Ben Askren looked like.
Hey, don't be disrespecting Ben.
But am I wrong though? Like, dude, look overweight.
No.
He looked out of shape.
Yeah,
he looked like he literally got off the couch.
Yeah, Ben Askren.
It's terrible.
He disappointed me, man. I got so mad.
So for me, it's like with Woodley. Originally, I was like, oh, maybe Jake Paul just caught him. right? And I just left it at that. But then as time goes on, you continue to see the things that he's doing with Hasim and other things keep filtering in. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, there's a very good possibility that Woodley threw the fight. Like, the knockout was legit. I mean, I don't think you can fake that shit. But I think that he couldn't fight the way he wanted to fight because of whatever was agreed upon. And Jake Paul lined up a nice shot and ended up getting the knockout. That could have just been, circumstance. But it just makes, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it, And I see, Big Dog, I see you commented before you jumped in. You say Jake Paul is playing the game. Well, I don't want any part of the game, bro. Boxing's not a game to me.
Well, I was saying that you guys can't. I mean, I understand what you guys said, but you guys can't really get mad, man. If boxing wasn't so much bullshit, he wouldn't get away with this shit.
Well, as in,
I mean, I'm talking about as in boxing, just in general, because boxing is full of shit anyway. People throwing fights, and just like earlier today, that fight got stopped early.
Gary Antoine Russell.
Yeah, that was bad. And
I gotta say something about that, man.
I didn't see that fight. Because I only came in late. So what happened in that fight?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Crow.
Yeah. So basically, Gary Antoine Russell, he was doing he fought a very lackluster performance. He really tried to fight like he was trying to knock out Barthélemy, but he was doing it in a really, uneducated manner. Barthélemy, he did a decent job keeping his jab active, and he actually rocked Gary Antoine, multiple times, hurting him
multiple times. Yeah.
And, Gary Antoine, he was just coming in super wild, trying to ride for the fences, and he caught Barthélemy with a good left hook, that dropped him, but the stupid ass referee was basically dumb enough to wave it off, and Barthélemy, he was perfectly fine, and Gary Antoine tried to act like as if that was justified, knowing that Barthélemy, he was okay. He just got hit with a good ass shot that Gary Antoine timed it, but on top of that, why would you rob us, the fans, the opportunity of him getting his knockout? Because similar to the Victor Postol fight, it was literally the same thing. But the problem is that Gary Antoine, he was robbed the opportunity. But
go ahead. I was going to say, but do you think that Bartholomew was in the lead? Do you think he would win that fight?
I think the fight was close, but I think Antoine was winning by like a round.
Yeah, I thought a little bit different.
You thought Bartholomew was winning?
Uh-huh.
You thought Bartholomew was winning?
Yeah, I did. I thought he was winning the fight. It was close. But I just thought that knockdown, like to end the fight like that was bullshit. Because the fight was close enough that they didn't have to end it like that.
Yeah, I think Gary Antoine.
What round was it?
Round 6.
Oh wow.
It's early. Yeah, it was early too. That's the thing about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Gary Antoine, I'm not impressed by him, man. I think this is not the second time he's actually fought very sloppy compared to his other fights. But if he fights like this again, against like a Subriel Matias or anybody that's not not afraid to actually hurt him, I think Gary Antoine, he's gonna get knocked the fuck out, man. I don't believe in his skills and abilities yet, and I just think at 140, there's just way too many killers, man. There's way too many killer sharks, killer dragons. There's way too many people that want to take people's, souls away. So I think based off of what I'm seeing, this is not a good fighting style just to go for a knockout, which is, okay when you're able to get it, but do that at the top 10 or top 3 or top 5. I don't see Gary Antoine Russell making any progress. He needs to fix that up.
But Crowd, he was taking some. Antoine Russell was taking some. He got hit a couple hard times, like really hard, like knees buckling hard, and it was. He can't fight like that. He can't fight nobody like he can't fight Tank like that or anybody else that had a little bit more power, Regis, anything like that, he'll get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
That he couldn't do that shit. No.
Yeah, it just made it just made it very distasteful because I know Gary Antoine's a way better boxer than that, and everybody tries to hype that up, around him, saying like, "Oh, he's a great boxer. He's a great boxer." Okay, then become a good boxer. Like, stop taking all these wild ass shots. Actually, load up properly, with like a jab, and then set it up, and then. If you're able to go for the knockout, go for it. But just don't try to act like that you need to get like a knockout because Showtime is actually putting you on the bigger stage now, because it's like this is not a good way to promote your name by having two lackluster performances, and then heading into the future, you don't know what's going to be expected coming into the future. So I think Gary Antoine, he needs to take it easy. He needs to start going back to the fundamentals and not get caught up into the moment and try to think he's gonna just be like the ultimate badass of just taking everybody out.
Yeah, it was.
What's up, Demon? You come? I thought you were in the club, bro.
I ain't make it just yet. I'm about to walk out in a second. But what we not gonna do is sit here and talk about the boy like his brother and his father didn't just pass. Like he ain't got a lot on his mind. We not gonna sit here and talk about he can't box, he can't do this, he can't do that. That man got a lot on his mind right now. You better be lucky he even out there fighting. But I guess when you criticizing somebody, you forget about that. Now, I'm a bet all the money in my pocket that you couldn't even do what he do. So why talk about a person that's going through something like that? It makes no sense. You should be congratulating this man. But you won't.
I'm not.
But like I say, I'm about to get ready to go to this club, man. I'm going to step out. Thanks for your time, though.
Yeah, I like how you just sat down and bounced out.
Yeah, just dip out like that. Have no proper argumentation, but okay. But
yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're not talking about.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that. But I was just gonna add in to say like Gary Antoine Russell, like he still has to be responsible coming into his fights. I don't care if you have any family personal life issues coming into your fight, because everybody has that coming into any sport. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Gary Antoine Russell, he needs to be put on the high horse, because he knew he knew what he was getting into coming into this fight. And if you're not mentally focused coming into that fight, then why fight? This is the fight game. This is like no other sport where you could take time off and then come back within the next year or so. You have to keep yourself active in the sport if you want to stay relevant. But with Gary,
and if he would have took the fight off, nobody would have blamed him. Blame him for that at all. Yeah. Nobody would say anything. But you can't sit there and say, well, the fight he had a lot on his mind, and so the fight, so he's still a winner, and that no, it was a bullshit performance. And I would say it like that. And he shouldn't. If that was the case, shouldn't got his ass up in the ring. His good family, like the good people, but if that was the case, pretty much probably was part of the case. If that was the case, then he shouldn't have fought. And I wouldn't be mad at him for that at all. And we're not talking bad about him either. We're not, criticizing. Everybody get criticized for the performance in the ring. Your record doesn't count if you have somebody in your family pass away or what. You still have a loss on your record, or say so. But if you have a bad performance, your family, I don't know, man. I just don't want to really get too far into this, but you can't. That's not an excuse, basically.
Yeah.
What's up, D?
What's going on? I just came. I heard y'all talking about Gary, so I had to jump in here. What I would say for the fight is, y'all got to remember who he was in the ring with. He was in the ring with a 2-division champion. This man only had one loss on his record. This was a step-up fight for Gary Antoine. And we saw something from Gary Antoine that we never see. We saw him take a good shot and come right back. And he didn't touch the canvas. He came right back. And his performance wasn't bad because we saw him sit on the outside and throw jabs and hit him with combinations. So it wasn't a bad performance. It was a performance against somebody that was a step-up fight. You're not going to look the best in every single fight. We seen Earl Spence didn't look the best in every single fight, but you ain't saying it was a bad performance. It was a good performance for who he was facing against. Y'all got to remember, the man was trying to catch Gary off guard. He kept switching from southpaw to orthodox, and Gary had to figure it out. Once he figured it out, he caught him with a big shot and dropped him. It took time for him to figure out. Y'all got to remember, he only has 15 fights. It ain't like he's been in there with a bunch of world beaters. The first step-up fight he had was Victor Postol, and everybody said, well, Victor Postol was old. So now he get in there with a 2-division champion who just got finished fighting to a draw with Robert Easton, and prior to that, he fought somebody else and knocked him out. So it's not like he was in there with somebody that was a bad fighter. He was in there with a world-class fighter, and he put hands on Gary. Gary put hands on him. Now, what I will say is Gary was a little more anxious at the beginning of the round. At the beginning of the fight, he was anxious to try to get him out of there because he wanted to do something. He was dedicating this fight to his father, and so he wanted to do what he did the last time his father saw him fight, was get a knockout. And so he was anxious. But once he settled down, he was able to catch him with big shots, and he worked his way until he got him where he caught him with the big shot and dropped him. Now, I will say that the fight was stopped a little premature. I would have liked to see the fight go on, but I still think Gary would have got the knockout anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think he was going for the fences, like just not in the first round, for the first 4 or 5 rounds.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the beginning of the fight, not the.
The fight only lasted 6 rounds.
Yo, D, I think the issue that was brought up initially was we were basically talking about the egregious scorecard 114-114 in the main event, which is a fucking disgrace, which then led into
that shit was horrible. That shit was horrible. Danny
led
beat that man
into
every single round.
Right. So it led into a conversation of corruption, and K-Rod brought up the point about the referee stopping the fight early. I'm talking about the Gary Russell fight. So that's what the complaint was, is that rather you think Gary was winning or not winning, or you make your case that it was a step-up fight, whatever it may be, at the end of the day, that fight was stopped prematurely. That's the argument.
Yeah. I would say I think the fight should have kept going, but I don't know what the ref saw when he looked at him. He looked at him in his face, and something he saw he didn't like, and so he stopped the fight. I don't know what it was, but to me, it looked like Rancis could have continued with the fight, but I still think he would have ended up getting stopped that round.
D, on that note, I gotta ask you, because I'm trying to find transparency. I'm trying to find consistency with refereeing and boxing. If you say the referee looked at him and said, "I don't like the look," I'm gonna call it. Don't you think that Jack Reese should have called the fight against Wilder Fury 1 when Fury knocked his head off the top of the canvas?
Hell yeah. He should have stopped that fight. But
there's no consistency.
Tyson Fury's own admission, he should have stopped the fight. Tyson Fury said he was asleep. He said when he opened up his eyes, the ref was at 5. So by his own admission, he was knocked out. He should have stopped the fight.
But you think that's the thing about it, it's not consistent. And I think I brought it up because of Jake Paul situation. And we were talking about Jake Paul, how he makes boxing kind of like a laughingstock. And I kind of brought that, I was like, boxing is a laughingstock. Jake Paul's not the reason why boxing is a laughingstock. It's way before Jake Paul got there. It's boxing.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's real.
Jake Paul thing, the whole thing. I don't even look at Jake Paul as a boxer. I look at him as an exhibitionist. That's what he does. He put on exhibitions. I don't look at him as a boxer at all. So I don't even involve him with the actual boxing industry because he doesn't fight in a professional boxing match. He fight in an exhibition fight. So I don't feel like Jake Paul is doing anything to boxing because If that's the case, then we could say Floyd Mayweather is making a laughing stock out of boxing because Floyd.
But Floyd Mayweather is actually a boxer. I mean, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is people when they hear Jake Paul, especially like the boxing fans, or like people who don't really know boxing but they watch it, they think Jake Paul's a boxer, a for real boxer.
Yeah,
and those people buy tickets.
That's where us as fans that watch boxing, that's diehard fans that watch boxing, we're supposed to educate those people and let them know, no, those are not real boxing matches. Those are exhibitions. Those are like going to amateur matches. That's what we're supposed to educate them at. Because if we just let them make that argument and then we're like, oh no, but Jake Paul, he never been in there with a robot. You got to let them know. You got to give them the core details of what is going on. Because if we don't give them that, that's what they're going to go by. They're going to look at Jake Paul as a boxer. But once you let them know, no, that's an exhibition match. Anybody can get in there. I can get in that. That's an exhibition match. That's not a real boxing matchup.
Right. It could be Big Dog Willie versus D Free.
I'll be gassed out in like 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Catch weight 190. Let's go.
Right. That's an exhibition matchup. We got to let them know. Look, anybody can get in those. That's not a professional boxer. That guy fights MMA. That guy is a YouTuber. They are not professional boxers.
But he gets paid like one, if not better than one. You have to realize this guy, he puts on fights. He's a boxer, a fake boxer, somewhat of a promoter type dude, and he's getting it done in boxing. Lord knows how, because this is our generation and people don't pay attention to shit. But that's what he's doing, and we can't discredit that. We can't look past that because he's doing it. And that's how boxing. This is boxing itself. Boxing fucked up. That's what if this shit was real. If boxing was been a real good sport, this would never happen.
I guess people don't appreciate their money. They keep buying.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of the people that buy Jake Paul exhibition fights are his followers on YouTube. A lot of those guys that buy this shit is his followers on YouTube.
I know more people who buy. I know people buy more. I know people who are not his followers who still buy his shit, just because he's the I don't know what to really call him, but I guess what I'm trying to say is what I'm trying to say is this is boxing's fault, not Jake Paul's fault. This is boxing's fault. It's like it is.
Yeah, no, I mean it's part of both. I mean, Jake Paul is he's capitalizing on the moment. They allow him to do it, and he's capitalizing on it. I'm not gonna knock him for that because they allow him to do it. It's up to the people in boxing to say, nah, we're not letting this go on. But if they allow him to do it, then I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the daggone TV network, they put it on and they allow it to happen. So I mean, I can't knock him for it. He's capitalizing on the moment. Because if it was me, shit, if I was able to do it, I would have did it myself. If I was able to do it, I would have did the same thing.
I wonder how many views a fight between two big YouTube channels would get.
They already had one. They had the KSI one and
no. I mean boxing content creators.
Oh, well, it depends who it is.
Not big names.
Yeah,
huh?
He's talking about big names like Fight Hype and he's talking about like Fight Hype and Dante Boxing and some shit like that. That's what Devon talking about. Niggas that's huge in the boxing industry.
Like I've always wondered that. And back in the day, you know, I've even been involved in beefs with other channels, and it's just like, well, let's do it properly then. Shit, let's go to a gym, film it, put it on YouTube. And I'm just always curious about. I mean, I think a lot of people would tune into that shit.
They're a bunch of these happy dudes are a bunch of pussies out here anyway, man. They just talk a bunch of shit, and then, I'd be just on some.
Trust me, I know. When it comes down to the nitty gritty, they don't want none.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what watered down the sport, what makes the sport the way we look at it now. It's not the boxers, it's not the fans or none of that. It's the promoters. The promoters are just trying to line their pocket. Wherever way they feel that they can get the most money out of these fights, that's where they're gonna go. Without jeopardizing their number one star of losing. That's where they're gonna go. So if they could put on a fight with, just let's use for instance, Tank Davis versus somebody that got a big following and they can make a lot of money off of it, and they know Tank Davis is not going to lose, they will do that because they want to make the most without jeopardizing their star losing.
But that's what I'm saying. Boxing, that's bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Boxing does it. That's how they do it to themselves. Of shit like that.
I mean, like I said, that's the promoters. I mean, I can't put that on the fighters. That's more so the promoters. Because let's be honest, the promoters is what puts the fights on.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but Tank, when Tank beat up Pedraza, when he won that belt from Pedraza, he shouldn't be going upwards. It seemed like ever since then he's been going downwards.
But that's because Tank, at
that
time Tank Davis was like 20 years old, 21
I know,
years old.
but he's 20. But that's what I'm saying. How you just gonna go up? He got to that fight, then he just went all the way down. Like his competition gets worse and worse and worse. That should not happen. Yeah. That should not happen in boxing. And that's how Jake Paul can get away with the shit he gets away with, right there.
But yeah, once again,
he's not competing against boxers, he's competing against Jake Paul.
Yeah. I mean, we already see Jake Paul, that fight got canceled. And I already knew Jake Paul was going to win that fight. I don't care what nobody says. Jake Paul was going to win that fight. When Mauricio Suleiman came out and said, at the end of this fight, if Jake Paul wins this fight, he will be ranked in the WBC, I knew Jake Paul was going to win that fight. I knew without a shadow of doubt he was going to win.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fights, I think Divine sense that them fights are, some of the fights look kind of fixed, but you never know.
I mean, the only way he wouldn't have lost is if Rockmount would have caught him with a big shot and knocked him out. But if it went to distance, Jake Paul was winning that fight. There was no way Jake Paul was going to lose that fight. I mean, and that's what we come to now with these sanctioning bodies and these promoters. They try to line their pockets. However they can line their pockets, that's what they're trying to do. That's where we at with the sport right now. I mean, I ain't even gonna say right now. We've been there for years now. That's where we've been at. And people could say what they want to say about Don King. The one thing I would say about Don King is he always put on good fights. When he was promoting, he was always putting on good fights. Whether he was stealing money from the fighters or not, you saw a good fight when it came with Don King. He was giving you the big names in matchups.
Some pretty, yeah. I mean, and he had some of the biggest names in boxing under his banner as well.
Yeah. And they
look,
fighting.
fellas, I'm going on, man. 2.5 hours strong, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. D, I appreciate you dropping in here late, leaving in some thoughts. Perhaps I'll speak a little bit more about Antoine maybe a little bit later. I know a lot of people I see a lot of people on YouTube right now talking about it. A lot of people upset with the stoppage. So I might come in later and give my opinion. I didn't see that part of the fight. I came in just for the main event. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch it to see what I think about it, and I'll come and leave my thoughts. But in the meantime, man,
it was a bad stoppage. But when you say UFC, it was a bad stoppage. I would have let the fight go on, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yep. Well, like I mentioned earlier, the consistency, though, right? It's like if that's going to happen, then Deontay Wilder should have got a knockout in the first fight against Fury.
Mm-hmm. But, all right, Devon, I'll catch up with you.
Yes, sir. All right, K-Rod, man, I appreciate you, bro. If y'all ain't subscribed to K-Rod, make sure you do that. K-Rod's got a channel out here. Feel free to drop your link, K-Rod, if you want in the chat. Yeah, man, I'll be back with another one. August, a new month, man. We got a lot of fights coming up in August. Looking forward to it. A lot more content coming out. So y'all stay tuned. And in the meantime, I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Stay strong, stay positive. It's your boy Devon. Peace.